Imagine, you're paying bankers more than your own army? Not a banana republic. This is America. 2024. Debt interest just flipped defense. First time ever. $514 billion interest versus $498 billion for tanks. Scoff when bankers get more than generals. Your empire is Wall Street's bitch. My ex-wife's alimony was brutal, but it didn't bankrupt the military. Tonight, we cracked the math Washington highs. A $36 trillion time bomb. By 2035, interest eats 19% of tax. More than kids. White House tweets, deficit reduction. Traders snort champagne. Not policy. Mathematical surrender. Empire working for creditors. Luke Gromen calls it fiscal dominance. The Fed cannot raise rates. Next year, $1 trillion interest. Grandkids' future. Bankers' bonus. Sigh, buckle up. Diving into numbers. Empire's expiration date. Chapter 1. When did the death cross happen? Early 2024. Math doesn't lie. The Treasury sure as hell does. Welcome to the real nitrates. Red pill time. Let's rewind the tape. Fiscal year 2024, month 7. Boom. The flip happens. $514 billion net interest paid out. Defense, a measly $498 billion. First time since George Washington wore diapers. History made. Bad history. Fast forward to today, January to 2026. Interest now chews 13% of federal budget. CBO crystal ball says 2035, 19%. Second biggest expense after Social Security. That is $1.8 trillion annually just to service debt. Your grandkids' college fund, gone. Sigh White House spins, deficit reduction. Treasury tweets, happy charts. Bond market pros, laughing, dumping treasuries like my ex dumped me. China dumped $541 billion. U.S. treasuries since 2022. Bought 300 tons gold instead. Poland, Singapore, even Turkey, stacking gold like it is going out of style. Global M2 explodes 7%. CAGR, S&P 500, up 14%. Perfect Fed claims tightening. Meanwhile, RRP drained $1.5 trillion to markets. TGA drawdown equals instant liquidity injection. 2 rate cuts worth. Poof, RMP. Fed buying $40 billion. T-bills monthly. SOFR dropped 23 basis points overnight. This ain't monetary policy. This is plumbing the system to keep the bubble breathing. USD reserve share, 70% in 2015, and now 56.3% since 1994. Central banks bought 4,000 plus tons gold, 2022 to 2025. More gold than treasuries. BRI. Trading oil in UN now. M-Bridge platform dodges swift like a pro. Moody's downgraded US to AO1 in May 2025. Interest equals 18% of revenue now. CBO projects debt to GDP 130% by 2034. Interest payments equal 30% of tax receipts. 2 paths forward. Debt default depression or inflation wipeout. Scoff politicians always choose inflation. Easier to fool taxpayers than cut spending. Powell is trapped. Raise rates, debt service explodes. Cut rates, inflation roars. Choose your poison either way. Savers get screwed. Cash becomes confetti. Chapter 1. Coming up, the exact death cross moment. February 2024. Let's dissect. Stick around. Numbers don't care about your feelings or White House spin. This is the matrix they don't teach in school. Empire Math 101. Ready for the red pill? Buckle up. Empire's expiration date approaches. Next, how bankers became more important than battleships overnight. Welcome to the heist. Sigh. You're funding it. Chapter 1. The Death Cross. Let's pinpoint the murder weapon. February 2024. Interest, $514 billion. Defense, $498 billion. Not our projections. Monthly running total. The flip was real. Full year, interest hits $1 trillion. Defense caps at $841 billion. Luke Gromen calls it fiscal dominance. Debt so fat, Fed can't hike rates. Raise rates 1%. Interest explodes $300 billion. Instant recession. Lynn Alden says, tariffs won't stop debt spiral. GDP headed to 130%. Golf bankers are greater than battleships. Tax dollars fund bonuses, not F-35s. Moody's, May 2025. U.S. downgraded to AA1. Interest eats revenue. CBO 2034. Debt service equals 30% tax receipts. Math impossible. Scoff. White House claims 3.8% growth. Reality. 2.0% minus deficit sugar high. Remove deficit. Real growth. 0.5%. Stagnation. Empire math. You are not defending freedom. You are financing it. YX demanded 40%. Uncle Sam gives bankers that and military budgets high. Fiscal dominance means Fed is independent like a married man at a strip club. Mechanism. High debt leads to low rates. Leads to weak dollar. Leads to inflation. 2026. $1.1 trillion interest. Eats non-defense spending twice over. No escape. Can't cut entitlements. Can't raise taxes. Only option. Bond vigilantes returned. 10-year yields hit 5%. Foreigners. Ghost China. Sold $541 billion. Treasuries. Poland. Bought gold. Actions. Scream. The death cross is math catching up to empire overreach. Your freedom tax dollars now buy banker caviar. Late empire. Chapter 2. How they are printing money without calling it QE. Next, the hidden plumbing, keeping this Ponzi breathing. Numbers first, lies second. Stay cynical, folks. The matrix deepens. Red pill getting bigger. Empire Accounting 101 complete. Now the real magic show. Ready for stealth money printing? Not on CNBC. Your portfolio is about to get the real story, not the fairy tale. Off Chapter 2, Loading. The Fed's best magic tricks since Madoff. Chapter 2, The Hidden Money Printers. Scoff. They never stopped printing. First trick, the government's wallet. They emptied $950 billion into this. That is like flooding the market with cash. Works just like cutting rates twice. Magic. Second trick, the giant sponge. It was soaking up cash. Now they squeezed it dry. Where did that cash go? It's straight into the stock market, moving like twin. The Fed's new toy, buying bonds secretly every month. $40 billion worth, and borrowing costs dropped overnight. Stress gone, just like that. Scoff. They use fancy names. We call it printing money with a new sticker. Treasury's secret weapon. Selling short-term tickets, not long-term contracts. Why? Keeps the long-term rates fake low, makes debt look cheaper. Bank lifeline, loaning billions to banks who made bad bets. Sigh. They pretend the bad assets are worth full price. No losses allowed. Money supply up 7%. Stocks up 14%. It is not skill. It is inflation. We are tightening. The biggest lie since I promise I will not do it again. They drain one bucket while filling 3 others. Net result, more water. The stock market loves this. Smells the cash like a shark smells blood. When they announced the new trick, panic stopped. Everything smoothed out. Bankers knew it was coming. You watch the news, fairy tales. Scott, my ex-wife, was better at hiding shopping bags than the Fed is at hiding this. Technical? No. It is just printing money with better marketing. Result. Your savings shrink. Stocks fly. The rich get richer. The game is rigged. The cash flow never died. They just faked its funeral. Chapter 3. Why the world is dumping dollars for gold. The silent revolt. Next, central banks are hoarding gold mountains. You're chasing crumbs. The smart money is moving. Numbers tell the truth. Wall Street lies. Ready for the gold rush they don't want you to know about? No, your wallet needs to know this. Turn off the TV news. Chapter 3. Loading. The world wakes up. America sleeps. The red pill is now gold. Stay angry. Stay awake. Act 2 of the robbery starts. Your move. Chapter 3. Global Gold Rebellion. While you chase S&P crumbs. Central banks bought 4,000 plus tons gold 2022 to 2025. Biggest buying spree since 1950. China? PBOC stacking 300 tons while dumping $541 billion U.S. treasuries. Poland bought 100 plus tons. Singapore too. Even Turkey is hoarding like a doomsday prepper. Gold holdings now exceed treasuries globally. First time since 1996. USD reserve share plummeted from 70% in 2015 to 56.3% in 2025, Q2, 1994. Low. Why the panic buy? Dollar weaponization. Russia lost $300 billion reserves overnight. Putin said, West weaponized dollar. Need alternatives now. Actions louder than words. BR. ICS counterattack. Oil trades in WAN now. Saudi considering petro-yuan. M-Bridge platform. Swift bypass. Gold-backed trade settlement. Game over. 76% central banks plan more gold buying next 5 years. 75% cutting USD exposure. Gold's new role. Core reserve asset. From 10 to 11%, targeting 15% plus globally. Sharp ratio proof. Gold. 0.69 versus treasuries. 0.53 past decade. Better risk reward. Crisis alpha. 2008. Gold plus 5.5% versus treasuries. Net gold plus 0.5% versus minus 13%. Central banks aren't stupid. They see financial repression coming. Inflation wipeout. BIS optimal. Emerging markets 8 to 10% gold. High duration reserves at 20% plus. Gold is greater than treasuries in total holdings value. $4 trillion milestone hit 2025. Your pension fund? Still 90%. Fiat trash. They are laughing at retail. Gold allocation roadmap. Conservative 20%. Aggressive 30 to 50%. Hyperinflation hedge. Weimar 1923. Gold gained 1.8 times purchasing power. Zimbabwe 2008. Gold held value. Physical bars and coins first. ETFs second. Mining stocks. Casino chips. Gold. IRA rules. 99.5% pure. IRS approved Eagles or Maples only. No collectibles. Storage. IRS depository only. No home safes. $200 to $500 annual fees. Smart money sequence. Gold IRA rollover. Then physical allocation. Then Bitcoin kicker. The rebellion is silent. No CNBC headlines. Just central bank vaults filling up. Your 401k chases S&P. They're sovereign wealth funds by the gold you cannot touch. Wake up call. Gold's sharp. 0.69 beats treasuries. 0.53. Math wins arguments. Empire's tipping point. Gold is the lifeboat. Cash is the anchor. Final chapter complete. Matrix fully exposed. Your move. Retail. Conclusion. Next. 2 endings. History already picked the winner. The heist is almost complete, except you can still escape. Barely. Scoff numbers. Scream truth. Wall Street sold fairy tales. You listened. Red pill digested. Portfolio armor forged. Empire math mastered. Final act. Debt default or inflation. Wipeout. Politicians already chose. Your savings race to zero. Gold races to $4,000. Plus. Choose fast. The Matrix offered blue pill comfort. You swallowed red pill truth. Empire accounting class dismissed. Real education begins now. 12 minutes of truth. Lifetime of protection. Worth every second. Final warning delivered. Empire clock ticking. Your portfolio blinking. The heist exposed. Escape route lit. Do not say nobody warned you. Numbers eternal. Fairy tales fade. Choose your ending. Red pill warriors assemble. The rebellion welcomes you. Empire math decoded. Your financial freedom encoded. Truth deployed. Armor. Conclusion. 2 endings. History already picked the winner. Path 1. Debt default depression. 1930s breadlines. No one is choosing that shit. Path 2. Inflation wipeout. Weimar wheelbarrows. Post-World War II. U.S. debt magic. Politicians' favorite. History says inflation wins. Financial repression. Negative real rates. Savers screwed. Powell is checkmated. Raise rates. $1.1 trillion. Interest becomes $1.7 trillion. Instant recession. Cut rates. Inflation roars back to 6 to 8%. Dollar is done. Empire over. Druckenmiller warned. 2033 interest 4.5%. GDP 2043 7% GDP. Math impossible. Tudor Jones debt to GDP 122%. Now only solution: print to stabilize ratio. Bond vigilantes returned 2025. 10-year yields 5%. Foreign buyers vanished. Your cash chalked loses 3 to 4% real annually now, 10% plus in inflation wipeout. Safe havens confirmed. Gold, Bitcoin, hard assets. Cash equals radioactive waste. Gold allocation, a conservative 20%. Hyperinflation hedge, 30 to 50%. History proved it. Physical first. Gold eagles or maples, 99.5% pure. IRA approved. ETFs, second. Gold IRA. Rollout. 401k rollover to self-directed custodian to IRS depository. Bitcoin kicker. 5 to 10% portfolio. Digital gold. Zero counterparty risk. Hard assets. Farmland. Timber. Infrastructure. What inflation cannot. The heist is exposed. Escape hatch is lit. You still got time. Barely. 12 minutes of truth is greater than 12 years of CNBC. Empire math. Sigh, my divorce taught me. When bills due, protect what is yours first. Truth swallowed. Portfolio. Bulletproof. You are not Wall Street's ATM anymore. Wake up screen. Gold, 20 to 30%. Bitcoin, 5 to 10%. Hard assets, 20%. Cash, 0%. Implementation timeline. Start IRA. Rollover this week. Physical delivery. Q2 2026. The empire's clock ticks. Your diversification meter better move fast. Numbers screamed warnings. Wall Street sold distractions. Choose truth. Truth warriors assemble. The rebellion needs you, alive and solvent. 12 minutes invested. Lifetime returns. Secured. Empire math defeated. Final warning delivered. Heist exposed. Escape route activated. Cash becomes radioactive trash. Gold becomes king. History does not lie. Portfolio rebellion starts today. Wall Street pushed fiat lies. You grabbed gold truth. Empire exit strategy deployed. Welcome to the awakening. Stay cynical?